Welcome back, everyone, to the High Tempo Sports Podcast. We are back for another High Tempo Fast Break. Today, me and Easton are joined by Berryhill. Welcome back, Berryhill.
What's going on, guys?
It's been quite some time since you've been on the show. We talked about it a few episodes back, but our boy Texan guy was wondering where's Berryhill at, and he also asked where Seth is at. So we're gonna have to get Seth back on as well. Wait, no, were you on recently? I can't remember.
Well, I think that was before we did that draft.
Oh yeah, we did the 25 and under draft, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was before then. You're right. So you haven't been on since then, which
that was kind of like it was gonna happen anyways. We planned that for a while.
We knew we were gonna do that, yeah. But
So,
that was still a good month ago. So
I mean, even then, like, where has Berryhill been?
yeah,
where's
busy time of year for college students.
So you've just been
Berryhill.
colleging?
Big college.
He's just been being college for the past few weeks. So.
You guys may not be seeing Berryhill, but me and Skunk see a lot of Berryhill. I mean, you live with him.
I do.
I see him every time I come over.
See him most days.
Yeah, most days. So, I mean, we see a lot
He's
of
still
Berryhill.
alive, yeah. And Seth is still alive, too. So we'll make sure to... I actually have a plan. I told Seth this at work the other day. I don't know if I'm going to do either the end of the regular fantasy football season or playoffs. I'm going to do a fantasy football trivia episode.
Oh, that'll be fire.
And I'm going to figure it out later, but that's another thing I want to do.
That'll
but today...
I saw Seth today, by the way, just so confirm he is good. I saw him before I walked out of the house.
Today, though, we are doing Pistons trivia today. That's all I wanted to tell you guys what it was. Is just Pistons trivia, so you wouldn't like study anything or anything. But it is current this season Pistons trivia.
Okay.
It is not. That's all I'm doing. It's no past. It's not even last year. It's strictly this season. But I didn't want to tell you guys that.
Yeah,
obviously.
I didn't do any studying. I was totally lying last night when I said that.
I did. I already planned on doing it that way. Anyways,
it's genius.
Yeah,
it's like a better idea to lie to us. It actually sets it up.
Yeah,
better.
exactly. It makes the game more fun.
Real quick before we get started, just one more thing.
Yeah.
Did you see the? I'm not gonna remember. I wish I could shout him out. But there was a commenter on our YouTube video who's been talking about our White Sox recently.
Oh, I know.
What is up with that?
Well, I saw like because there was the one because I said something about like my mom said that I have holes in, like don't wear socks that I have holes in on the podcast, and on that video some dude commented and was like, no, keep wearing the socks. And it was just like, it was weird. Like, it was a weird comment. And I think there's been another one, too.
Like, the one dude went to
like I've been wearing slippers on purpose in these podcasts, dude.
The one he said, like, oh, 4 dudes wearing white socks. Awesome.
I did not see that one.
Like, huh? Oh, look, 3 guys wearing white socks. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's
like,
pretty weird.
Multiple comments, all from the same guy. It's hilarious.
You need to cool it, guy, whoever you are.
Call him seriously.
Chill out a little bit. But all right, yeah, we're doing Pistons trivia. Before I get into the rules and everything, we can talk a little bit about the Pistons, nothing that implements into the game, obviously. But right now, the Pistons are 7-21. We are a little bit over a quarter of the way through the season. They are the worst team in the Eastern Conference right now. Thankfully, the Orlando Magic have been on a win streak. But the Pistons are doing all right. I don't think they're exceeding expectations. I don't think they are worse than expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're right around where we thought they should be with Cade Cunningham being out.
Yeah, the expectations when Cade goes out are way lower.
Yeah.
It's incredible how essentially is like me and Sandal have talked about this, how great it's been for Killian, though, to be able to step back in to a starting point guard role and be handed the keys to the offense, and he's taking it in full stride.
Yeah.
Looking like a solid player. Mm-hmm. Looking very good.
Yeah. And the Pistons last night lost to the Memphis Grizzlies. They've been doing decent lately. They did kind of get blown out, but they beat the Miami Heat by 20 points the other night. They lost to the number 1 team in the West, the Pelicans, by a few points. So they've been staying in these games. Berryhill, I got a question about Killian Hayes for you. Well, not really about like strictly for you, but in general, like what have you thought about Killian Hayes over these last couple weeks? And then I'll go into what I have to say.
So I think my takes about him. He's not my favorite player.
Right.
I feel like he's still young. I get that part of him. He still has a lot of time. But like, how much time do we have with this team when we're going into a very crucial draft?
Yeah.
And we're going to figure out what our final pieces
in general,
are.
Yeah, it's like huge.
Players like Bojan out here and Alec Burks and all them, they've been doing really well this season. So how much more time does Killian have, really?
Yeah.
And he's doing really well right now. But do we try to ship him off while he's doing well?
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I was going to lead into, because a popular thing on Pistons Twitter right now has been like now is when I think Killian like should get traded if he is to ever get traded, because the people that were saying trade Killian when he was doing bad, why would you do that? Like, he's doing bad. Like, you're not going to get anything.
Who would have traded for him?
Now, there's probably some teams out there that see the flashes in Killian Hayes. I'm not saying I want to trade him. I'm still a big believer in Killian Hayes. But you do have to think of the scenario where Cade Cunningham comes back. We have Killian Hayes, Jaden Ivey, and Cade Cunningham. 3 guys that all have been playing like they should start, you know, or at least have big roles. And it's hard to do that when we are going to, like Berryhill said, draft another guy. We're going to have the most cap space this offseason. We're going to probably look to make a big trade. Sadiq Bey has been, hit or miss this year. He needs to still be in a big role. So it's a lot of questions going on right now with what does the team look like next year compared to this year.
Yeah, the fear of the draft being the worst team in the East right now, the thought of getting the first pick isn't in my mind, but I have this like fear of getting the second pick.
Yeah, and drafting Scoot Henderson.
Scoot Henderson is the only option at the second pick.
Like, I mean, he's gonna do great, but like,
but what? Yeah, but like on
we
the
don't
Pistons,
need that.
exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
Like what do we do at that
I have
point?
this intense fear, and if we get Killian, at least, or if we get rid of him and moved him, it definitely would help that situation.
Yeah.
Maybe getting the second overall pick, because man, that's a real thought. I mean, Scoot Henderson, as great as it is to have the second overall pick, I don't want to Scoot.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, he's great, and he's a stud, but kind of like we have our backcourt.
And the thing is, though, but you have to think about it. Scoot Henderson is a better prospect than Jaden Ivey is.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, but Jaden Ivey has been here a season, and he's been playing, relatively well in his rookie year. So it's like, do you want to take the guy that's been here for a year and already has a relationship with the guys, or do you want to take the better prospect? Not saying like you have to have one or the other and move them both, but like, one of them obviously has to have a bigger role than the other.
Yeah.
So obviously we'll answer that question come draft time. But I do think this Pistons team is going to make a move similar that we've seen these young teams do over the past several off seasons, where you have your young core. Okay, they're starting to win more games, and next thing you know, in the off season, you have a flux of picks. You have a bunch of young guys. You go see a star that is flustered or wants out. You go make that trade. Not like necessarily a Donovan Mitchell-esque move, but even, we move Killian Hayes, Bogdanovich, and blank for an all-star type player, like that could, like John Collins, let's just say. That's been a guy that's been in talks.
Yeah.
Something like that, That's a move that I think the Pistons will make this offseason, some type of move like that.
I'm really hopeful because it's not time, but we're getting to that point in the rebuild where it's like, okay,
next year's the year.
We got to start committing to some guys.
Exactly.
We got to figure out who are our guys, and you can't keep everybody.
Yeah, it's nice having a top pick, but next year's the year where we got to start. Like, next year will be the year we start to win
I guess if we get the second overall pick, we just trade down, right? I mean, somebody would trade up for Scoot. I mean,
right?
He's the best point guard prospect in 10 years.
Or you take him.
Or you just take him. That's the issue. It's not like Scoot's some point guard prospect.
He's really good.
He's the best prospect we've seen in 6 years at the point guard position. He's incredible. So that's what makes it so difficult.
I know. Do we have anything else we want to talk about before we get into this game? Or
I don't think so.
We good to go?
I'm pumped. I'm a little nervous for like. I just don't know how many questions there can be about the current day Pistons.
Yeah,
so.
that's the part that's getting me here.
Well,
yeah, I know.
This is going to be done like we did the MVP game a while back. It was quite some time ago. So obviously,
was he MVP?
Yeah, something like that. So this is going to be 6 rounds. I have a question in each round. Obviously, you guys will go back and forth. I am going to allow the steal this time because last time it was just yes or no. Was he MVP? I am going to allow the steal this time. I will say, like, these questions are, like, you're not going to, like, get them all right. Like, they're going to be kind of hard.
Awesome.
So it's kind of built that way so that you guys just don't get them all right. But, yeah, we'll go back and forth. I'll have you guys randomly do it. I already have the questions in order, so it's not, like, favorable to one guy or the other. You'll go back and forth. Like, if Easton starts round 1, Berryhill will start round 2, and I have the questions in the order anyway. So,
okay, perfect.
The only thing I want to say is I did not include Cade Cunningham in any of these questions because he is injured and he's probably going to miss the whole season, and he's only played in like 12 games this year. And since they played 28 games, anyone that has played less than 14 games, I did not include. To that, I said the qualification was to play at least 14 games. And you know who's played. I mean, it's not like guys have like been right there. Like
Alec isn't right there.
Everyone, no, he's played.
He's played 14?
Yeah.
Okay,
all the guys who play have played 14 games.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yes.
Was Alec Burks was my only question.
And that's that's not for, it's just for all the stat-related questions.
How many has Bagley played?
He's played more than 14.
Oh,
like,
so
everyone, the only guys who haven't are, like, Magruder, and, like, Corey Joseph has played over 14.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Magruder, it's pretty much Magruder.
Yeah,
like,
Boeheim.
Yeah, he's played one game.
Yeah.
Braxton Key.
Yeah.
Everyone else has played
Yep.
in over 14 games.
Gotcha. Okay, Berryhill, pick a number.
2.
Wrong. I get first one.
What?
I was holding one up on my
All right, that works.
on my hand.
All right, let's get into it. Round 1. Easton, your question is, who has played in the most games this year for the Pistons? They've played in all 28 games. Only one player has played in all 28 games this year.
Okay. Sadiq missed his first game this year. So it's got to be a bench guy. Let's go to the bench mob. I don't think Corey Joe has sat out at all. I don't think Killian Hayes has sat out at all. But I don't know if that means they're playing in every game. Who are some big... Oh, Bojan. My guess is Bojan.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Bojan missed one game this season.
Damn.
He's played in 27 games. Berryhill, do you have a correct response for me?
I think it's beef stew.
It is not beef stew.
I've got beef stew on my fantasy team, so that's advantage me. I knew beef stew.
It is Killian Hayes has played
shit.
in every single game this season, all 28 games.
Me too. I just felt like with the injury-prone player, like you're going to roll your ankle at some point.
Yeah, he's played in every single game this year.
Surprising.
All right, Berryhill, your question is, who is the leader in minutes per game for the Pistons this year with 30.9 minutes per game? Not a lot. Most teams' leaders are in like the 33 to 35 range.
I'm going to say it's Bojan.
It is not Bojan. The funny part is Bojan is averaging 30.8 minutes per game, so he is right there. But it is not Bojan.
I would not expect Bojan to play that many minutes just because he seems like he's out of shape to me. Like I know he's not, but I'm going to guess the other Iron Man. I'm going to guess Sadiq Bey.
It is not Sadiq Bey. It is the rookie Jaden Ivey. Most minutes per game. The funny thing is about the Bojan guess too is because he got ejected the other night. Like,
is that why?
So it probably is. I mean, he only played like 15 minutes probably. So if he would have played a full game, he probably would have still be the leader. But he's not. So
I was kind of half hoping it was Killian Hayes again. Like every answer we went down the board was Killian.
All right, so through round 1, no points on the board. That's kind of what I meant for this to be, though. Like, it's going to be hard. All right, Berryhill, you are up first. Can you tell me the leader in free throw percentage for the Pistons this year at 88.7% from the free throw line?
Bojan.
It is not Bojan Bogdanovic.
I think we got to quit guessing him. I think
he's right up there. I didn't write down where he's at, but I know he's probably second or third. He's in the 80s somewhere. This is a guy that actually I'm going to wait not say it because you already guessed.
Isaiah Livers is my guess.
It is not Isaiah Livers.
My God.
It is Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey this year has taken a huge jump in his free throw percentage, and he's also shooting a lot of free throws as well. So.
I swear he misses the worst ones.
The funniest part is the game we were watching the other night, he missed back-to-back free throws, which was like, he was shooting like 90-something% until that time.
And
I remember you saying something. You were like, he missed both free throws.
And it really screws over your head of your recency bias.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You assume he can't
If you
shoot.
haven't checked it, you probably think he doesn't shoot. Crazy, yeah. All right, Easton. Your question is, other than Bojan Bogdanovic, who clearly is the leader in three-point percentage on the Pistons at 43%, who is the leader in three-point percentage on the Pistons?
Okay. Got tons of names in my head.
At 38.9%, by the way. So
I think I'm gonna go
pretty efficient.
I would just hate to get it wrong if it is Livers, so I'm not gonna say the rest of the names. I'm gonna say Livers.
It is not Isaiah
God
Livers.
damn it.
It is the sixth man, Alec Burks, shooting 38.9%.
Missed the steal.
Oh shit! I didn't give you the
wasn't gonna
steal.
guess him anyway.
Okay, that makes us feel
Who
better.
are you gonna guess?
I was going to say, I didn't know if Killian would be up there yet.
He is up there. He's at 34%.
So it's
That's
like
right.
Kevin Knox.
Kevin Knox is 36.2%. I wrote down
That
all
was
the
the other guy,
close
yep.
ones.
Yep.
Corey Joel 36.6.
Damn.
Beef Stew is third on the team at 37%.
Wow.
Just crazy. Sorry I didn't give you the steal,
You're
though.
good.
So it's Alec Burks, though, at 38.9%.
Next time we'll make it way more. Because me and Berryhill noticed right away. Next time we got to be more vocal. That was our issue.
Yeah.
It was our fault, actually.
All right, so no points through the first 2 rounds. And the thing is, I low-key think these questions kind of get a little bit harder.
Yeah, this is not going good so far for
All
us.
right. Round 3. It's your turn first, right?
Berryhill's.
Didn't he go first last time? Yeah, he went first last time.
Yeah.
All right. Easton. There are 3 players from the same University of Kentucky on the Pistons. Can you give me those 3 players that all attended Kentucky?
Oh, shit. Okay. Kevin Knox. The other guys to attend Kentucky.
I'm just going to wait till you give me a final answer before I say yes or no on any of them.
Yep. So guys where I don't know where they went to college,
And I will say quickly, one quick thing, like this is the type of questions where the whole like played in 14 games thing doesn't matter. Like it's just on the roster.
Gotcha. I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know. Okay, so like guys I don't know where they went to college. Magruder. I don't know where Corey Joseph went to college. I don't know where Alec Burks went to college. I could see Alec Burks going to Kentucky. He screams Kentucky. Beef Stew, I know where he went. I know where Bojan's International. So I'm going to go Kevin Knox, Alec Burks, and I'm going to go Magruder.
That is incorrect. Berryhill, do you know the correct response?
Oh, man.
I guess I didn't realize there was 3. I really didn't.
I didn't realize that, too. Kevin Knox. You know what's crazy? I don't know where Duran went, not gonna lie. And he was just this past year. I don't remember where he's from.
Interesting.
I didn't really know much about him until coming to the draft, but did you know where he was from?
Yeah.
Okay, that crosses
Yeah,
out.
no,
so it's not Kentucky then?
I really shouldn't have answered
It's
that.
Memphis. Well, I'll just say,
Yeah. I once you said, like, oh, I don't know. I should have been like, yeah, I don't know either. Like,
I have no clue. He might have went there.
Yeah, he seems like a Kentucky guy. Memphis and Kentucky are connected.
Man, that is tough. I cannot think of who would have went there.
I can't even think of like another guy.
It's tough.
I only know Kevin Knox.
Like Braxton Key. I have no clue where he went. I'm gonna put him in there just because I have no clue. Corey Joe.
That is incorrect. The 3 Kentucky Wildcats are Kevin Knox, Nerlens Noel,
Oh my! I forgot.
and Hamadou Diallo are the 3.
Okay, that's actually
Kentucky
bad. I forgot about
Wildcats.
him.
That's actually bad. That was bad.
You guys just didn't think of them. Like
just
if you would have thought of them, you probably would have
Literally,
known.
we should have known that. Both those guys, yeah.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was bad.
All right.
I just forget, yeah.
So this is Berryhill's question. All right. Coming into this year, the Pistons' average age was 24 years old on the dot, 3rd youngest in the NBA. Can you name me the 4 players on the team that are over the age of 30?
Over the age of 30.
Yes.
Bojan, Corey Joe. These all bench players. Besides Bojan.
Good question.
Who knows?
And this is just like I said, anybody on the roster. 4 guys on the roster that are over 30.
Huh. Like, I don't know how old Magruder is. I really don't know much about him. Not gonna lie. Burks is another guy. I don't remember how old he was. I'm gonna go with... I'm just gonna say those 2 as well.
So your 4 was... Will you repeat your 4? If you remember.
Bojan, Magruder, Burks... I can't remember who the 4th guy was.
I remember who the 4th guy was that you said, so I'll say it was Corey Joe. You said it was him.
Yeah.
That is the 4 players over 30 years old. Yes, so Berryhill is on the board first.
I wouldn't have gone Magruder. I would have said Nerlens Noel.
Nerlens Noel is 28 years old. Still not very old.
I just thought like he might be the next oldest. Like if it's anybody, I just forgot again.
He's close. He
Magruder.
probably is the closest guy to 30 that isn't 30.
Yeah.
Alec Burks is just recently 30, I'm pretty sure. I think he's 31.
By the way, shout out Alec Burks. That dude's a baller.
Yeah.
He needs to be on a contender or just stay with the Pistons.
What are the Knicks doing?
Like, what an L from the Knicks. Give us Alec Burks and Jalen Duren.
Yeah, exactly.
What were they
and Nerlens
thinking?
Noel, who
Like,
doesn't even play.
How do you mess up a trade that bad? How do you screw it up?
Exactly. All right. So this is
Berryhill.
round 4. Yes, round 4. Back to Berryhill here for round 4 question. He has the 1-0 lead. All right, Berryhill. A popular stat that has been going around this year is stocks, which is steals plus blocks. There are 2 players on the Pistons that are tied for the lead in stocks. Can you guess those 2 players? They both average 1.6 steals plus blocks.
Like on the Pistons, you're saying, not like the league.
Yeah. The two guys, like
they're
these 2 guys are tied for first on the Pistons.
on the Pistons. Okay.
In steals plus blocks.
In stocks.
And you know what? Just for fun, I will give you guys like how they got to that 1.6, just to make it a little easier for either of you. One of them is averaging 1.1 steals and 0.5 blocks, and the other one is averaging 0.8 steals and 0.8 blocks, if that helps at all.
I'm gonna go Duren and Sadiq.
That is incorrect. It is not Duren and Sadiq.
So, funny enough, I'm going like, I went like, those were the guys I wasn't thinking of. My train of thought is Ivy and Killian right now. So give me the who had the higher blocks. Name like the stats for the guy with the higher block per game.
0.8 steals,
And
0.8 blocks was the one guy, and the other one was 1.1 steals and 0.5 blocks.
I'm gonna go Beef Stew and Jaden Ivey.
That is incorrect. Funny enough, none of the guys you guys named are in the leaders for that.
We named 4 different guys.
You did. It is Killian Hayes
Shit.
and Marvin Bagley III are the 2 leaders in stocks for the Pistons.
Oh,
All right, so this is Easton's question.
are me and Berryhill even Pistons fans?
Well, these are hard questions. I told you they're going to be hard.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think majority of Pistons fans could answer
it's
these
tough,
correctly.
yeah, because I mean, you just have to pick one guy. It's not like the Pistons don't have one dude that
Yeah.
just like is leading in all stats.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
it's a very large variety of guys. All right, so Easton, excluding Cade Cunningham, who are the 2 players to start every game they've played in this year for the Pistons? Every game that they have suited up for, they have started in. Notice how I did the 2 players in stocks and the 2 players for...
Yeah, you did good at this. These are all good questions. The players who have started every game. I have one. I feel like I know Sadiq came off the bench for a game. I know he did because I think we were in 2 bigs. Bojan and Jaden Ivey is my final answer.
That is incorrect.
damn it.
It is not Bojan and Jaden Ivey.
Is it Bojan and Beef Stew?
It is Bojan and Beef Stew, yes. Jaden Ivey came off the bench just the other night, actually, the first game against the Memphis Grizzlies, or against the Mavericks, actually, when
She was injured.
when Killian had that game when he came back from injury and came off the bench. Sadiq has been coming off the bench for probably about 2 weeks now, so he is. But yeah, Bojan and Beef Stew are the 2 correct answers.
So was that Jaden Ivey's first game coming off the bench?
Yeah, he's only played 1 game off the bench. Yeah, I know. Ever since that, he's been starting.
Because that would have been I would have wanted Beef Stew.
Yeah,
as my
exactly,
other out.
yeah.
Shit. Okay.
So Berryhill takes a 2-0 lead going into the last 2 rounds here. There's still 4 points available on the board. So, and I have a bonus question in
Is
case
it like
of a
one
tie.
we can get?
We'll see.
Well, who knows at this
It's
point?
probably like the hardest one, but I don't know. If they don't, either of you get it, I might just think of something on the fly. All right, round 5. Whose turn is this?
Mine.
Yours. Okay. Berryhill. We're going back to the stats here. Can you tell me the leader in offensive rebounds per game for the Pistons at 2.9 offensive rebounds per game?
I feel like it's not going to be one of the 2 big guys.
You feel like at this point the game has screwed us over so much that you really start double thinking.
I kind of have a hunch just because watching him do it last night. I think it's Bojan.
It is not Bojan.
The recency bias goes crazy. I mean, I feel like it's got to be Beef Stew or Duran. I'm going to go with the better player currently, the better rebounder. He's on my fantasy team. Give me Beef Stew.
It is not Beef Stew. It is Jalen Duran, averages 2.9 offensive rebounds per game off of the bench, too. Beef Stew, I'm pretty sure, averages 2.8, so he is just right there.
I've been that way this whole game.
I know, it's so close. All right, so this is going back to you, Easton. Can you tell me the leader in turnovers per game for the Pistons? 2.8 turnovers a game, which isn't that bad. You know, the Pistons don't have guys that are turning the ball over a crazy amount.
I mean, I'm guessing. I mean, based on play style alone, I don't know the numbers at all. This guy could average no turnovers a game, but I'm going Jaden Ivey based on play style. Jaden Ivey.
It is Jaden Ivey, yes.
Let's go.
Just like that, he is right back into it. 2-1. Berryhill has the lead.
Eat a fat one, Berryhill.
Going into the final round here.
Final flipping
Final
round.
Countdown. All right. So it's your turn, right?
That might get copyright.
Probably.
If we're that good.
It's your turn, right?
Yeah.
All right, so this is like a major
I have to get
get
one of
it
these.
right here.
Yeah, I got to at least, yeah. He
All
can't
right.
steal it or else he
For
wins.
this round, we are playing Name This Player. I was going to say name the stat line, but I'm giving you the stat line. So name the player based on their stat line.
Okay.
You ready? I'll repeat it as many times as you need.
Okay.
This player is averaging 14.8 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 1.8 assists, shooting 40% from the field, and 29% from three.
Well, that sounds a lot like Jaden Ivey again. 29% from three, though. It sounds like Ivy or Sadiq or Alec Burks. I don't think Alec Burks is quite in the 14.5. Jaden Ivey's been sitting around there all year. He's one of the leaders in points. Is he averaging 16, though?
Would you like me to repeat the stat line again?
You might as well, I'm thinking.
14.8 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 40% from the field, 29% from three.
The low assist, I'm going to go with Sadiq Bey. Final answer.
It is Sadiq
go,
Bey.
dude.
Yes.
Let's go.
I was going to do it based off his 3-point percentage because all the other guys you were naming had higher ones.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
did they? I don't know what Ivy shoots, like 33 probably.
He's shooting mid 30,
Yeah.
mid to low 30s right now from three. But yeah, he is averaging like 4 or some assists. So
That's where that when you read it actually through the second
Yeah.
time, I went, hold on, the assist number.
yeah, and
is too
I
low.
think he's even averaging like 16-ish points a game.
Yeah,
too,
that's what I
so,
thought.
I guess you know that the next guy is not Jaden Ivey then, so that's a little hint for you. All right, Berryhill, you can ice the game here.
You win it.
But if you get it wrong, he can ice the game. And if both of you get it wrong, we go to the hard overtime that probably neither of you will get it right. Because I didn't really think that through very
He's
well.
now lost hope. Like he's
So
realized.
hopefully the game ends here. All right, round 6. This is cool. It comes down to the wire here.
Yeah, this is perfect. It worked
Berryhill,
out.
name the player based on this stat line. This player is averaging 11.5 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game, 0.6 assists per game, shooting 53.5% from the field and 33% from three. I can repeat it as many times as you'd like. Any stat, too, specifically.
What was the 3-point?
33% from the three-point line.
Okay.
11.5 points, 6.5 boards, half of an assist, 53% from the field.
Okay. I think I'm going to take away both of the big men. So I don't think Duran has that high of a percentage. And Beef Stew, I think he's scoring more. I don't know. I'm going to go... Huh.
I can tell you this. I think I've got the answer. Just to apply the pressure. Just to really
Wow.
put it on.
I guess I'll give you the stat line once more.
Yeah.
11.5 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game, 0.6 assists, shooting 53% from the field, 33% from three.
Never mind. I've rethought. I'm not sure it's right.
Man. This is tough. This is
a tough one.
It's a tough one.
This one's tough. You could say this is a tough one.
I would have to say this one's a tough one.
Definitely isn't an easy one.
I'm going to say it's none of the starters. I think I'm going to cross them all out.
We've had like 8, 9 different guys start.
Yeah, but like a known starter.
Gotcha.
I think it's going to be maybe Burks here.
Is that your final guess?
I think I'm going to go with Burks.
It is not Alec Burks. Passing it over to Easton. Potential to steal for the win.
Yeah, if you reread the stat line again.
It is 11.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 53% from the field, 33% from three.
I mean, 53% from the field screams a guy who is always shooting the ball inside the three-point line. Shooting 33% on 53 from the field on 11 points a game. Majority of your points are coming from inside the arc. The guy who came to mind that I was pretty sure, that I'm not sure anymore because I think the three-point percentage is too high, was Hamid Diallo. That was the guy I was thinking at 11.5 points, but even that I feel like is high. And 33% is not bad, but the 0.6 assists is tough. That really screams big guy. But Beef Stew is not averaging 6, and he was one of the leading rebounders in the league before he got hurt. I'm gonna go with my initial gut. I'm gonna go Hamid Diallo. Final answer.
It is not Hamidou Diallo. The answer was Marvin Bagley III.
How does he?
realize you scoring that?
I mean, has he shot 3 threes?
No, he's been shooting threes. He shoots like 2 or 3 a game. He's been actually hitting them a decent amount too.
Oh boy, Marvin.
He was averaging better numbers than this, but he's kind of been struggling a little bit lately. But yeah, he's been getting a lot of easy buckets off lobs and stuff. Why he's got he was shooting 60% not too long ago. But
Damn. Well,
gone
let's
down
go
a
to
little
the
bit.
impossible.
So we go to the overtime round. I have a question for each of you. So potential to get multiple points here. If we are still tied, I will think of something.
You could do like a former Piston
Right.
thing, anything.
I'll figure it out. So who went first that last round? You? Easton did, right?
Yeah.
So Berryhill is up here. So it's just like this is just a bonus round, just like the other 2 rounds. Berryhill, your question is this is a kind of a complicated question, kinda, not really. Of every player that has made a 3-point shot this year, who has made the least amount of threes with 2 threes made on the year? Now I'll give you a hint. It's not like they went 2 for 2. They are 2 for 13 from the 3-point line on the season, and this is a guy that averages more than 12 minutes per game. So it's not a guy that doesn't play, pretty much.
Why do you say 12?
Because everyone who plays, that was the number that they're all above,
Okay.
pretty much.
Yeah, like all the other guys don't. Like the guys who don't play don't get 12 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, man.
2 threes made on the year. That is it.
That is a tough one.
It is a tough one. I would say that the other question probably isn't as hard, so you got a little unlucky here.
You got to turn up.
13 3-points is not a lot. Like that's
It is not a lot.
that's
They
the one
played
that's
in
gonna get me. It's not the
28
2, it's the
games this year,
13.
so that's about a 3 every other game they are shooting.
How many games they played?
28.
Okay. I think with that, I'm gonna go Duran here.
It is not Jalen Duran. Easton with a chance for the steal.
I'm going to go back to my previous logic. I think this is Hamidou Diallo.
It is Hamidou Diallo.
He made more than that.
Only made 2 threes on the season.
You could still steal this question.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
If I get this wrong, you get the steal.
Easton takes the lead
That
in
would be the
overtime. Potential to ice it here, or potential to still win. Berryhill with the potential to steal. A lot could go on here. All right, Easton, your question is, give me the team leader in fouls this year. Not per game. Total fouls, 85 of them on the year.
Okay. He's gonna play in a lot of games. This guy plays. I mean, he's played almost every game this year. 85, I assume. Because other than that, it's like Beef Stew. Beef Stew gets a lot of fouls. But he really. There's no way it's him. It's got to be. I could see Bojan getting a lot of fouls. I could see Killian getting a lot of fouls. I could see Sadiq getting a lot of fouls. I'm gonna go with the big slow forward who straps threes and has terrible feet. I'm gonna go with Bojan Bogdanovic.
That is not the correct answer. Berryhill with chance to tie and send it to double overtime.
He wanted me to get that right. Didn't you?
Oh, that is tough.
Pressure's on.
Kelly Olynyk leads the league, if that makes you feel any better.
I think I'm going to go with the big guy here. He had a very big problem last year. Beef Stew did last year. Just like way too many. I think he's probably in the same boat this year. I'm going to go with Beef Stew.
That is incorrect.
Dang it.
The correct response was Killian Hayes with 85 fouls this year. So Easton wins in a tight battle, 3-2 in Pistons trivia.
Yeah, first off, I want to thank my family. Second off, I want to thank my co-host, my excellent co-host. Third off, I want to thank my competitor for showing up and losing today and allowing me to give this speech.
Yeah.
So that was huge. That was absolutely huge.
Well,
that was hype.
Thank you guys for playing. Yeah,
that was awesome.
it was hard. I mean, it was harder than I honestly thought it was going to be. But looking back at it, I mean, it's hard to pick guys on a team that just has a bunch of dudes that all are in the same range.
Mm-hmm.
When you have 8 guys that all get the same amount of playing time, it's hard to guess who the leader is for a lot of stats. So
honestly, though, great game though, Berryhill. Little fist bump, light fist bump. Okay.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Go check us out on everything, and goodbye.
Peace.